What's up, everybody? My name is Astonishing Pix, and welcome to another review. And today we are reviewing the Black Series Mandalorian Ahsoka Tano. I've been excited for this figure. I think the details and everything look pretty good and amazing. It looks just like Rosario Dawson from the Mandalorian, which is pretty cool. And I've been biding my time for this figure. Um, I didn't get it on pre-order, and Mail was like, I'll just try to find it in stores, but I knew I probably wouldn't get it that way. I was looking through Amazon, and of course, sometimes figures are overpriced there from third-party sellers. It was like going for like 47 around there, 50. Luckily, I found her for retail price by Amazon, and it was like around $22. Up close and personal, and in hand, the figure looks pretty good with a lot of details and the way it's sculpted, and again the look, the likeness of the actress. So yeah, just getting out of the way. Let's get into the review. So as you can see, this figure is detailed very well. There's like a lot of texture to her clothes, her robes, I guess. The way that they did the articulation is pretty interesting, and how they did it. Of course, it is kind of, I guess, thick in that aspect. So yeah, sculpt wise, it looks pretty good. Paint wise also, it looks pretty good too. I don't think there's any other paint that is missing. As you can see, they colored in the silver part of the costume. They also colored in her skin tone, which is pretty cool on these spots. I'm guessing that this is painted and this is just a mold. But yeah, also her Leiku, I think that's what they're called, is painted very well too. Although I think that let me see if I can focus it. I think these little white spots aren't supposed to be there. I feel like those are like kind of chipped off, and I think it should be just blue, but I could be wrong. I have to look at it even more. It's probably not damaged at all or anything. Other than that, let's get into the articulation of this figure. So as you can see, this figure has pretty standard articulation. Her head unfortunately doesn't move up that much or down that far because of the Leiku. Sorry if you guys can see it, because of the Leiku. So she can move side to side okay, and I don't think she has a very little head pivot, but again, it's pretty much useless. But I guess that's to be expected on a figure like Ahsoka. And so her arms do rotate around and then do go out this far. And I think the back here, I think those are butterfly joints. I'm not too sure. I saw other reviewers saying that they were kind of, so I don't know if it's stiff on mine, but it just won't move that much. But yeah, anyway, she does go past 90, and it does swivel also, which is pretty good. She does have a side hinge on the right one and an inward hinge. No, well, both of them are side. What am I talking about? She does have a good diaphragm joint, and she can go around fairly well. She moves side to side. She goes back this far, and she goes from that far very little. She can move this far out. She can't really move back at all. She can go this wide out, and she can fold about 90, which is pretty good considering the sculpt and design of this figure. No, I think she could also swivel too, which is pretty good. And her foot can go about this far down and this far up. She does have nice ankle pivot. And that is the articulation of Ahsoka. Moving on to the accessory, she doesn't come with much, but she comes with 2 lightsabers. Now the first one is her, I guess, Shoto lightsaber. I think that's what it's called. You could see the detail. Again, these are her latest lightsabers, so they are the ones from Rebels and again the Mandalorian. So both are different. This one's bigger and the other one's smaller. Again, pretty good size. One thing I will note about them is that they're quite flexible. Like they're flexible. Like it's like it's not stern enough. I mean, it would be great if they were a bit stiffer. It just kind of feels weird. It looks like you put them through like, I don't know, a heater, or like you left them out in the sun and they feel like quite bendy. Again, it's not a big deal, but you know, it's just something that I noticed. And yeah, those are basically the two accessories she comes with. Oh, I forgot to mention, both can disconnect from the hilt, so you have that option, and you could place them on the pegs that she has on her hips, and they click quite well, so they do go on there. I don't know if I placed them right correctly. Maybe they're supposed to go the other way, but you know, this is just, you know, just a little representation of what, you know, how they would look like if you just had them like that, which I think is pretty good comparing it to the other Ahsoka, which the pegs were not great at all. I have her holding them most of the time instead of like this, so depending on how I might display her, she might end up you know, displayed like this. I just want to also mention that I like the design of the costume, and I like how kind of like ninja-esque it kind of looks like. I don't know, I don't think that's a word, but I just like how her feet, you know, the toe area is like more defined and everything. And you know, she's like in a grayish black kind of tone, like Luke was in the end of, you know, Return of the Jedi, and how Anakin usually wore darker colors as a Jedi, which I think that follows that kind of trend well. Again, I don't know if they intended to do that. I don't think they did, but I just like the callback to it, kind of, you know, as Anakin's apprentice, and you know, the connection she has to Luke. Let's get into the size comparison. So here is the Mandalorian Ahsoka next to the Clone Wars version of Ahsoka. As you can see, they both stand around the same height. I think she might be a little bit taller, but just like a teeny bit, because of her leg coop, but other than that, they're almost the same height. And you could also see the difference in skin tone. She is a little bit darker than her. I think that the skin tone for her should have been a little bit lighter, more vibrant too. The Leiku and the stripes on her like Leiku again, they are brighter than these. They're more darker, so there are differences. I still kind of prefer the Mandalorian look that she has from, you know, the season 7. Here we have Ahsoka next to the SH Figuarts Anakin Skywalker. Now, again, these are probably around the same height, but that's due to the different scale-ish of the different lines, but yeah. Here we have Ahsoka next to the Black Series Rex. I hope we see more of Rex in the Ahsoka show, maybe a mention. I know that both of them were best friends during the war and during the Rebel show, so hoping we see something of Rex in the Ahsoka show. Here we have Ahsoka next to the Black Series Wrecker. Stay tuned for my review of him next. Here we have Ahsoka next to the Marvel Legends Retro Series Symbiote Spider-Man. Here we have Ahsoka next to the Medico Super Action Statue Joseph Joestar. Also check out the review. And there you have it, guys. That concludes my review for the Black Series Mandalorian Ahsoka Tano. Please sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out my other platforms. Also, if you guys don't mind, please check out my other videos if you guys like this one. Also, I recently opened up a merch store, so please check that out. I have new merch there up. And yeah, guys, it's a way to support me and the channel, and I'd be very appreciated if you guys did that. Again, no pressure, you guys don't have to do it. I'm just letting you guys know. And please let me know what I could improve on these videos. Leave a comment down below, like I said. And yeah, guys, that's it.